Midnight Drearies.
In the quiet town of Ravenstown, where shadows seem to linger a little longer and secrets fester beneath the surface, lived a teenage girl named Emma. With her striking eyes and long suicide blonde hair, she was a picture of grace and elegance. But beneath her calm exterior, a storm of pressures raged. Emma's life was a whirlwind of responsibilities. She juggled demanding classes, part-time work, and her parents' high expectations. Each day was a relentless marathon, leaving her exhausted and teetering on the edge of her own sanity. The stress had carved its way into her mind, creating a chasm she feared to cross. As Emma's mental strain intensified, something unsettling began to creep into her reality. Whispers danced on the edge of her hearing, and fleeting shadows darted in her peripheral vision. Sleepless nights turned into waking nightmares as her own anxieties began to materialize before her eyes. Emma's inner demons had taken on corporeal form. One moonless night, a shadowy figure emerged from her bedroom mirror, its eyes gleaming like embers. It spoke with a voice that seemed to crawl under her skin, offering camaraderie in her darkest moments. The figure introduced itself as Asher, the embodiment of her academic pressures. Another demon, Saritha, emerged from the depths of her closet, a manifestation of familial expectations. Finally, a third demon, Kal, emerged from the depths of her mind, a reflection of her work-related stress. And these were the only ones who introduced themselves. Dozens of others faded in and out of reality around the others, some taunting her, some mocking her. At first, Emma was terrified by the physical manifestations of her inner demons. She could touch them and they could touch her. That was not good. But as the nights went on, their presence offered a strange comfort. They were the only ones who seemed to truly understand her pain, the only ones who didn't demand anything from her. In a moment of vulnerability, Emma forged an unspoken pact with the living Oblivion beings, allowing them to stay. They asked only one thing of her in exchange for helping her. Asher said, "Don't call us demons. Those are silly Christian fairy tales. Demons aren't real." Saritha added, "Christians aren't real either." They all laughed. Kal said, "Yes, most of your religions are simply mental illness. There is no invisible man in the sky who watches you masturbate, then sends you to a lake of fire to suffer for all eternity just for having a good time." Asher told her, "We are the Ibargothianter, but you can just say Ibarg." Not to be confused with the Bliargs, which are living audio anomalies that came into existence because of the dirt, din, danger, and darkness of New York City during the Mashioki incident of 1985. They're even less well known than us. Everyone calling us shadow people. Completely different. As days turned into weeks, Emma's newfound companions revealed their abilities. Asher assisted her with schoolwork, Saruta tidied her room, and Kal completed her chores when no one was looking. Emma's life became more manageable, and a twisted friendship blossomed between her and the shadow entities. One evening, as they lingered in her room, Asher presented Emma with a heart-shaped locket. Its surface was etched with delicate patterns, and its inner compartment contained a swirling, inky darkness. Asher explained that the locket held a piece of each of their essences, a reminder of the connection the Force shared. In a warbly wobblegum voice, Asher said, "We will always be with you." As Emma held the locket in her hand, she felt a strange warmth radiating from within. It was as if the locket whispered promises of liberation and power. With the locket around her neck, Emma felt a sense of control she had never experienced before. For once, she was in charge of her life. Not her parents, not her teachers, not her peers, not those scary, gothy witch girls who hung out with Nancy. They told her about Lethe, the Queen of Oblivion, Avatar of Middeniko, and Adversary of Azathoth. And about how reality actually worked. And all the other beings that were fascinated with Earth. They didn't know why. But they tried to avoid those astro creeps and enjoyed spending time with Emma. As time passed, Emma's bond with the entities grew stronger. The locket became a conduit for her emotions, channeling her stress and frustration into a powerful force. When Emma faced overwhelming situations, they emerged from the shadows, enacting her desires with ruthless efficiency. The townspeople of Ravenstown began to notice the unsettling occurrences that seemed to follow Emma. Accidents befell those who crossed her path, and an aura of unease settled over the town. But Emma was intoxicated by the power she wielded, intoxicated by the companionship she had found in a weird maternal sort of way. As Emma's connection with the Oblivion beings deepened, so did the darkness within her. Fueled by her rage and fear, they began to act without her conscious command. They wreaked havoc upon anyone they deemed a threat, leaving destruction in their wake. Emma's once bright future crumbled as her odd behavior pushed away her friends, family, and even her own sanity. She struggled to regain control, but the line between herself and the shadow creatures had become blurred, turning from symbiotic to parasitic. She was no longer sure where her own desires ended and their influences began. One night, Saritha said, "Emma, I can see you're having a difficult time still wrapping your mind around our existence and everything we've told you and shown you. I don't think you realize how special you are." Emma began to cry. "I know you mean well and are only trying to help. But we have to stop hurting people. No matter how much they deserve it." Khal put a comforting shadowy hand on her shoulder. "It's okay, Emma. We understand." Asher added, "We invited a friend over. It's time you met her." A shadowy figure emerged out of thin air. She had a beautiful darkness about her. She took the teen by the hands. "Hello, Emma, I'm Lethe. You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. That's what initially attracted us to you. We could feel your pain across space and time and knew that we had to help. There is so much suffering in your world. We're here to stop them, the beings that are the source of all the tumult and torment. You are a beautiful void butterfly emerging from her chrysalis. So full of mystery and magic. Are you ready to spread your wings and join us in this fight?" Emma had never felt so unsure of her path, yet confident in who she would become. That fateful night, the once timid teen on the edge of a nervous breakdown, embraced the darkness within herself. "I am Oblivion," she whispered to the universe.